Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dalaran, and hopefully everybody's enjoying patch 735. It is currently available on US, and if you are watching this over on the Europe side, hopefully you guys are either waiting for the patch to be applied or are already experiencing it, and hopefully you guys are having a smoother transition implementing the patch than what US did. With the 735, a lot of new things came out. One of them is leveling, and I'm pretty sure if you watch the videos regularly and if you pay attention to the channel, we talked about the new leveling experience of 735 and how much I love it. What the new leveling system of 735 does, it slows down the content, adds level scaling to what we saw in Legion to a variety of zones, allowing you to still gain XP even if you go to a lower end zone, letting you have a little bit more freedom in how you want to quest, not letting quests go to waste, and best part of it all, not feeling like you are forced to be rushed out of a zone just because you haven't completed a quest. Maybe there's a storyline you like, but the experience might not be that good compared to the next zone, so it feels like you're just blazing through the content without really experiencing and playing through the game, which is what you are meant to do, is to play through the game. Some of the other things I love about this is the heirlooms are no longer one-shotty. You actually get to play out through your rotation, and I believe that Ironman leveling is going to be so much better, so much nicer. It's not going to be as difficult as previous expansions, but it's definitely going to feel really good to play. Now, this system isn't perfect and definitely has some flaws. For the most part, I am happy about it, but it had pretty big pushback from the community, which is something I want to take a look at today and just take a look at the responses. I don't want to make this video a video where I'm just looking at people's comments and trying to flame them. That is not what I'm trying to do. But I thought these comments were really interesting about a system that I think is one of the greatest things to ever add in the game. And I just want to take a look at what the other side thinks and what they're saying and why they don't like the system. Because I read some of these and I just was blown back. I just felt like I need to make a video on this. I need to share this with others because, God forbid, maybe I'm the only one who just doesn't get this. So here we go. Without further ado, let's get into the comments. Now, please be a little bit patient with me as I try to read through some of these, because they don't really roll off the tongue all that easy. Not all of them do, so I'll do my very best. The first one reads, if I want to stay around for lore on the first tune, I would, but after that was the point. You need to do a rollback, seriously. If not, you have lost me as a player, and I'm sure many more. Vanilla sucked, and I don't want it as part of my current gaming experience. In X-Packs made vanilla hard. Don't ruin the rest of the game for me. If I want hard, I will play the new server, but for God's sake, remove this bull blank. First of all, he said vanilla sucked, so I don't know how many points you can score online with that. A lot of people hold vanilla to a certain esteem, and if you ever tried any of the alternatives to have that early vanilla experience before WoW Classic comes out, which I'm super excited about, it's I don't know, I can't agree. God, it's okay. I don't know what to say, man. Dying, soloing stuff. I love that title of the bat. Scaling is effed. I got 4 heirlooms and it still takes me 5 minutes to kill a mob or 2. And if I pull 3, I just start running and popping defensives. Trying to solo a boss mobs for a quest feels like trying to solo a rare elite on Argus. It's unreal. What was Blizzard thinking with this? And as I'm reading that, I'm just saying, yes, this is what I wanted. And I'm not saying that in a weird way. I really wanted leveling to actually be a challenge. For things to be a lot like what your first time is on Argus, where the mobs are actually difficult, where there's actually a boss mob and it feels challenging and you have to use every single ability and actually use defensives, use offensives, and use your head just to play the game. Actually going through rotation and trying to figure out a way to outmaneuver the boss or out-ability it or whatever, take advantages of your class. Yes, I say yes to that. So it's interesting that on one hand, they're telling me, basically, like, describing me the sky. The sky is blue. Sometimes there's clouds and there's a lot of air outside. And I say, yeah, that sounds great. So that's basically how I'm viewing the experience. So I'm not really sure. I guess we'll look at more forum posts to see where this is coming from. This patch really sucks for casual players is the title of this one. This is about the new leveling system for alts 1 to 100. For casual players who have work or go to class all day and only to get a plow for a few, only way to get to play WoW for a few hours, this patch sucks. I'm not trying to pull the only no life hardcore losers enjoy this patch card, but come on, man. Everyone's saying leveling was too fast, but you know what? I was doing pretty good. I was going pretty steady, comfortable pace for the amount of time I was able to play every day. Just because you were able to get to level 80 in 2 days doesn't mean everyone else played at the same pace as you, and it isn't fair to us. Oh, it almost makes you feel like now. We talked about this in the past, and I think you probably heard it before. When you have, let's say, vanilla World of Warcraft, right? WoW Classic coming out in the future. And then you have WoW Legion. A lot of people talked about how there's probably going to be separation between communities. There's going to be players that like vanilla, and there's going to be players that like Legion. And chances are those players aren't really going to interact with one another. It's going to be like almost 2 separate games, because in a way Legion and vanilla are separate games. They do draw separate crowds completely. It almost makes me feel like maybe there's an inner divide within Legion community. You have your really, truly casual players that maybe play 2 hours a day, maybe just a couple hours a week. And then there's people that play to get good gear, play to get a better Mythic Plus score, you know, the non-casual players. I guess there would be a question of like how they separate a casual player from a non-casual player, because everybody has their own metrics for it. It's just so weird. It almost feels like we're making an inner divide. And it's almost like you have to pick a side, especially from these forum posts. I thought this one was hilarious. 735 leveling is plain bad. These are some of the worst changes I've ever seen. These leveling changes are directly catered to these old men who have played WoW for 20 years, named their first grandchild Garrosh, and click their abilities. How is this fun? How is spending 40 seconds to kill 1 of 15 mobs for a quest fun? I know everyone who comments against me will say it's more challenging. Where's the challenge? Why is spending more time challenging? There is no challenge in playing your class because you have 7 abilities. Kill mobs consists of 1 DPS rotation maximum. That's not challenging, and it's just a waste of time with new health increase. I want to level an all to 110 as fast as possible to get to the new content. You know, the blank that actually matters. And not slog through the same content I've seen 1,000 times. Okay, I can give them this. We don't have a lot of our abilities because we did get the prune. But if you take a look at the footage in the background, I do have myself running around as a Tauren Paladin within levels 40 to 50, somewhere in between there. And leveling is fairly easy. I'm going through my rotation and popping cooldowns only if I pull too many mobs. For the most part, it's just easy and breezy. But if I swap over to my mage, which is somewhere between 70 and 80, and I'm leveling in a wrath area, I'm actually having to use abilities. I'm having to use my blink while casting. I'm having to kite around. If I'm an arcane mage, I have to use displacement in order to displace back to my previous blinks and kind of do a dance around enemies. I have to use my charges to its full potential for damage. I have to not let enemies hit me, because with them hitting me just reduces my health, and I'm a mage, so I'm really squishy. So I feel like current 735, the new leveling, at least will teach you your class. And yes, while we might not have the most hardest rotations, it will teach you like little bits, and it'll actually make you pop cooldowns. Remember the first time you leveled in Legion, you actually had to use your defensives, you had to use your offensives, and let's say you want to pull a pack of mobs, you had to have offensives and defensives, maybe even a heal ready. You had to set it up, you had to have cooldowns ready or procs ready. You have to do the same thing now when you level in lower levels, and I think it adds part of the fun. It actually makes you play your class. And it goes back to that whole thing where you actually have to use your brain, think, approach the situation in different ways, have some strategy, and some form of understanding of what you want to do in the situation. Now I'm going to do one more forum post because it is 3 in the morning. Done with WoW is the name of it. This world scaling junk was implemented in Elder Scrolls Online and I promptly quit. Same here. Not even going to try, cancel my sub, and I'm out. I will not take part in this whole debacle. It's terribly boring. One of my favorite things to do is go into old world content and mindlessly farm crap. Now was the point of having a level, better gear, or any way of rating power. I don't know, I kind of like the ESO world content. I'm not somebody who makes videos on anything but WoW, but I tried ESO with a buddy of mine. I thought it was kind of cool. I like the idea that, let's say I can be a level 10 and he can be level 50, and we can just both go to a brand new starting area or a brand new zone that none of us have leveled either. And just start fresh. We could just start from very first quest. He'll have mobs and quests and scaling and rewards to scale to his level, and I'll have my own rewards to scale to my level. So I thought that's probably one of the coolest things ever. And in a way, you can do this with WoW. You could be level 20 and your friend could be level 40. You both can just go to a level area that's for 20 and above that both of you haven't done, and just start leveling together. And similar thing through BC and Wrath. Similar thing through Kata and Mop, and kind of limited in Warlords, and somewhat limited but not really in Legion. Either way, I just feel like it just brings the community together and gives players the ability to play together, gives friends the ability to play together, so I love that. But they also talked about just mindlessly mining crap. Imagine getting a mount. Let's say there's 2 people. One person has been farming mats and crazy amount of items just to get this mount, and for the other person, somebody just walked up and gave them the mount. Who's gonna have a more wholesome experience with that mount? The person that just got the mount isn't gonna care. He just got it for free. It doesn't mean anything to him. But the person that's been, let's say, farming mats and farming quests and getting some kind of achievements just to get that mount, that person is just, that feeling is indescribable. I'd rather have a game full of those indescribable feelings, but feelings that have a reward system. You have to work for it and then you get it, and I personally think it's a lot better system. A lot of people might say, yeah, I kind of just want things given to me. I just want handouts. I just want things to be given out to me for free. And you might be in that boat, and I think that's perfectly okay. I'm not here to judge you on any measure. I'm just here to tell you what I think is good system, what I would find more fun, and that's really as far as it goes there, really. I am personally super happy with Subtlety 5. I don't really understand what the people are talking about when they're not happy with the system. It seems like everything that they're talking about that is wrong with it, I can kind of see to a certain extent, but only to a certain extent. I don't think the point really comes fully across. If anything, I do agree, maybe this makes it a lot harder for super casual players. Like, think the kind of person that would have a recliner chair, sit in front of the big flat screen TV, play World of Warcraft with a controller, kind of casual, like really chill. They don't really care about DPS, they just care about having some fun, running around, doing a few quests, and just having that kind of mindless fun if they really want to. But I feel like World of Warcraft as its own is pretty casual, and if you compare it to its predecessor expansions, I mean, we're getting even more and more casual, and I kind of like this kind of turnaround personally. I think this is a good turnaround for the game to make it a little bit more, at least just the basic part of a game that usually is just not even appreciated. It's just basically treated like a joke, questing. I like the fact that it's actually treated as part of content. I like how it actually has some love put into it, and I'm personally super happy about it, if you couldn't tell. So, okay, I can maybe understand some parts of the topics, but I guess it's really up to you guys to figure out whether you agree with them or not. So, of course, use the comment section to let me know whether you agree with any of the forum posts at all, whether you agree with, hey, this questing is actually a bad idea, we should re-roll it, or are you one of the people that says, you know what, this is a good idea, I'm actually enjoying my questing, I tried Armory and this is great, and you're kind of like in a similar boat where I am at currently. Thank you guys all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please go ahead and give it a like, because I worked on this video till 3 in the morning, and I would love for you guys to give this video a like, mainly because giving videos likes allows them to reach a wider audience. So if this video could just blow up, that'd be awesome. That'll give me a nice break for the channel. By the way, the channel has been growing tremendously with a lot of people subscribing, and feel free to subscribe if you want to see more BFA updates, 5.5.1.1 duels, or any of these kind of discussion videos, especially with a new patch coming out. As soon as Subtlety the BG is available, I'll make a video on it as soon as possible, but currently I haven't seen it available for a while, and I just might make a video talking about that in the future. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want to catch every single live stream, make sure to not only hit subscribe, but also the notification bell down below next to the sub button. Thank you all so much for watching. It's been 3 in the morning, and my name is Darwin, and I'm happy to bring you guys this video, and I'll see all of you in the next one.